Hey folks, welcome back to Challenged. Well, today is a day that we're going to pull this inline six, and I know that's going to make some of you sad, and honestly it makes me sad as well. I really wanted to save this thing, but the more that I got into it, the more time that I put, the more that it ran, the worse that it got. You know, I thought it was smoking bad to start with. As time went on, it smoked worse and worse and worse, and it didn't really matter what snake oil that I put into it. I put some diesel into it. I put, I don't know, just some different additives into it to try to bring those rings around and those seals around and try to get rid of that lifter noise. Nothing worked. Actually, the whole thing got a lot worse. It started getting a really bad bottom end knock, and that's pretty much the kiss of death of this thing. So if I was to use this, I would have to do a full rebuild, and just don't want to with this. I have other options, and like I said, I was thinking of using that 350 with the Turbo 350 automatic with this. But as many of you pointed out, and as I took a big long look at this project, I thought, man, it would be kind of cool to keep that 3 on the tree, even though they aren't popular transmissions. I like manual transmissions, and yes, this may eventually be my daughter's truck, but that's like 10 years away. We got a lot of time in between there, and if you've ever gone and done a manual to automatic swap, there's a lot to it. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to stick a 350 that I have built in the past inside of this thing. So it's actually a fresh 350. I didn't go as far as doing a lot of machine work with this, although I did resurface all of the valves as well as the valve seats just to make sure all of that was good. I put new rings, bearings, oil pump, gaskets, everything inside of it that's kind of important, including the timing chain. Has a very, very mild comp cam within it as well. So I think that's going to be a perfect candidate for this. So this engine's just been sitting on my stand for quite a while. I went ahead and painted it the body color. Believe it or not, you can get ready mixed up spray paint from O'Reilly's in the body color of your choice. And that's exactly what I did with this engine. It was already clean because I had rebuilt it. I had actually sprayed it a different color. So I gave it just a quick clean, real quick with some alcohol, and then proceeded to spray. And I think it turned out really well. So now that that's ready, let's get this inline six out of here. I've already gone through and disconnected everything. That includes the motor mounts, the bell housing, the clutch linkage, got the radiator all out of the way, got the starter out. At this point, it is completely disconnected. So all I need to do is connect that cherry picker to that chain and start pulling. I did stick a 2x4 across the frame from one frame side to the other frame side right underneath that transmission, so that whenever this does come apart, that back of that transmission is going to want to fall. Well, it's got a place to sit. The engine is officially out, and it was actually a lot easier than some of the other ones that I've had to do. Honestly, having this lift makes a big old difference. I lifted the truck up, got everything disconnected that I could underneath it first, and then did everything on top. And thankfully, these trucks being what they are, they're very simple. So there just isn't a whole heck of a lot to do. Now that it's out though, while I may most likely scrap this engine, there's parts within it that I want. I'm going to keep this HEI distributor. I'm going to keep my brand new fuel pump for it. Of course, the wires, the plugs as well, because I put those all in brand new. Just in case I get another truck that is a 6-cylinder, then at least I've got some good parts to go with it. I'm going to keep the carburetor as well. I bought a kit for it, so it's one of those that I can rebuild it anytime that I want. And again, if we come across one of these, I've got the parts that I can just throw on it. Didn't cost me any extra money. But if we look in here, well, it's filthy. And I'm going to take some time, see if I can clean it up, get rid of the really, really thick, yuck, gross stuff. With the engine out of the way, it makes it easy to do a whole heck of a lot of stuff. I'm I'm going to rebuild on that entire system. I'm going to put a new seal in the front of that transmission as well. I bought a front and a rear, so I'm going to do those since I have it all out. I do know that it is leaking. The real question though is, as I clean this up, should I give it the old pss, 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 pss? I'm kind of thinking maybe. I'm not sure. You know, I don't want to paint everything. I want to keep everything this body color. But as I go, and if I'm spraying on these inner fenders and this core support and maybe even some on the frame, it all takes time, but is it going to look out of place? That's, I'm wrestling with that. I want to get this thing going. I want to get it on the road so that I can start driving on it. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think I should do. Should I spruce it up, or should I just leave it as it is? It's an old truck. Let's keep it looking like an old truck. Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like button down below as well as subscribe. Stay challenged, my friends.